Hello, I'm Prabhu Chawla. Welcome to my show Bottomline. I'm raising a question about Professor Kamakoti, who is in the news these days. What happens when one of India's most accomplished computer scientists get reduced to a two-word label in the Lok Sabha? He's a taunt. Is this really about what he said or about who he is? What is the issue all about? Why did a comment from more than a year ago suddenly become the stick to beat a man who heads the country's top engineering institution and sits on a high-powered panel meant to stop examination paper leaks? Why did Priyanka Gandhi single him out? In the middle of a debate on examination reforms, she listed the members of the new task force and pointed to, quote, an ex-IB chief, an IIT company owner, and a Kaumautra expert. Everyone knew who the third person was. But why him? Why not simply challenge the panel's composition on expertise in education or logistics? Why the personal label? Who is he and what did he say about cow urine? In January last year, at a Mauthu Pongal event celebrating indigenous cattle, Professor Kamakoti spoke about traditional knowledge and organic farming. He shared an old anecdote about a sannyasi whose fever disappeared after drinking cow urine. He went further. He claimed it has antibacterial, antifungal, and anti-inflammatory properties and could help with digestive issues, including irritable bowel syndrome. He later said published papers, including reputed journals, backed the bioactive properties. That video went viral. Critics called it pseudoscience. He stood by the scientific literature he cited. Who is Professor Kamakoti? Let us discuss about him. Is he really just a cow urine expert? He is one of the most respectable scholars with many achievements to his credit. He earned both his master's and PhD in computer science and engineering from IIT Madras itself. He joined the faculty there in 2001. In January 2020, he became its director. He specializes in computer architecture, information security, and VLSI design. He led the microprocessor development program that delivered Shakti, India's first indigenous industry-grade microprocessor. He has published more than 150 research papers. He has guided over 50 research and development projects. He chairs or has chaired major national efforts, including the Artificial Intelligence Task Force. He sits on the National Security Advisory Board. He has served on technology committees of the RBI and the National Stock Exchange. He has been the chairman of GEE. Its awards include the DRDO Academic Excellence Award, the Indian Electronics and Semiconductor Association Techno Visionary Award, the Abdul Kalam Technology Innovation National Fellowship, the ACCS Lifetime Achievement Award, the IBM Faculty Award, etc., etc. And this year, he was awarded Padma Shri for Science and Engineering. Does that list sound like the profile of someone whose entire identity can be collapsed into one remark, the traditional knowledge? Who are the prominent persons who have come out in his support and what did they say? More than 215 vice chancellors, former vice chancellors, and senior academicians have written an open letter. They declared Professor Kamakoti is the head of one of India's foremost scientific and technological institutions. He has been the guiding face behind India's first industry-grade microprocessor. Needless to say, he is one of the top tech brains of the country. They also said to dismiss a scholar through a label rather than engage with the substance of his views risks undermining the way scientific temper that our constitution calls upon every Indian citizen to develop. And finally, they warned our scientists, scholars, and educators deserve to know that they can participate in public debate without fear of being reduced to dismissive labels. Criticize their arguments, challenge their evidence, demand higher standards of proof, but do not diminishing scholarship itself. Professor Kamakoti was stoutly defended in the parliament by the BJP members as well. Now the question is, can the utility of cow urine as a cure for human diseases be settled by conducting clinical tests the way they are done for other medicines, including snake venom and even herbs? Snake venom is deadly, yet it is the basis for life-saving anti-venomous after rigorous trials. Countless modern drugs began as plant extracts. Why should claims about any traditional substance be different? If papers already exist on pesticides and bioactive properties, why not design proper controlled double-blind clinical studies under the same standards applied to every other candidate's medicine? Is the whole issue political? And is the professor under attack for his Hindutva credential? He has spoken about indigenous cattle, organic farming, and civilized knowledge systems. Some have linked him to cultural organization. Is that the real reason a single old speech is being weaponized the moment he has appointed to sensitive national task force? Or is it simply convenient political theater? Why not do a proper scientific study and settle the entire issue? Why keep the argument stuck in parliament and on social media when laboratories and ethical committees exist precisely for this purpose? Why can't the government do it and prove like Kamakoti is correct? If the claims have merit, rigorous trials will show it. If they do not, the same trials will be able to close the debate. Either outcome serves science, leaving the matter as a political football serves neither science nor the dignity of a scholar who has spent decades building indigenous technology capabilities. Is reducing a Padma Shri scientist who delivered India's own microprocessor to a mocking label the kind of public discourse that strengthens the institution or the kind that weakens them? What did it say about us when the response to an uncomfortable claim is ridiculous rather than research? So let's go for the research. Let's use all the tools, let's use all the laboratories to test the claim made by Professor Kamakoti. He could have also pushed for that himself. I hope he will do soon. That's all for today. Bottomline, thank you very much. We'll come back again on another subject. Meanwhile, I request you to watch my channel, subscribe, write your comment, good or bad, sweet or sour. I'll watch them, I will not mind them. Jai Hind.